Hello there, folks, and welcome to the stream. My name is Mike D'Angelo, aka That Tellest Guy, and we are today looking at a kind of special map that we've been working on kind of behind the scenes, just a little bit, not a huge amount, but it does have a couple of things, and it will have more that are going to be coming to you from the Tellest Foundry, and that is our kind of personal set of stamps that that Incarnate does not have natively. They might add stamps that are similar to this as time goes, but right now these are not available anywhere except for, well, just to us, but we are going to open up a new Patreon account soon called the Tellest Foundry. I'll talk to you more about that as we go. And then real quick before I zoom out and show you a little bit more of what's going on here, I did want to say I screwed up yesterday. We have a sponsor who I didn't really get we show off so much stuff on this channel now. I didn't get to show them off yesterday, so I'm going to show them off twice today. So around the 10-minute mark, we'll go on a really quick commercial break. We'll come back, we'll do QQ, and we'll do the sponsor spot. So don't let me forget that. Anyway, the map in question today is, I'm going to call it the Riders of the Ring or something like that. And we have a town in the Tellest universe called Seramore, and it's a focal point in the Tinker's Tale series. And basically the third book in this series is going to focus on this kind of area. So we're going to have a kind of like the start of a race. There's that Aragorn movie, which is escaping me now. Brianna will know it, where he's like going through the desert and everything. It's the big, is it Argo? I can't remember what it is. Argo is not the one. Argo is the Ben Affleck movie. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so it's around the entirety of this Hidalgo. It was close. Argo is pretty darn close. I knew that you were going to know it. And it's kind of like that. The ring goes around the entirety of the city of Seramore. Seramore is a pretty big city, but it's on top of this mesa, and that's kind of what you see here is like the earthen wall that starts to reach up towards the top. Much higher than this. This is just kind of like the base layer on the bottom, and they've got this little stage set up where we've got you know, the people who are watching. Right now it's in low def, so you're not going to really see a lot of details, but when we do eventually go to high def, you'll be able to see some more details. We have bunting flags. We're going to have some people that we have here. Now, Incarnate doesn't have a lot of options when it comes to like spectators and villagers and stuff like that. We are working with our artist to bring those to life. The one thing that you will notice is we have, there's been horses in the Incarnate stamps for a long time, but we had our artist make us riders as well. He gave me 4 riders, and I kind of tweaked them until we had a lot of different variations. So we've got a handful of horses right now. This entire area is going to be full. What we'll probably do is throw a couple of roses on the ground and stuff like that, and maybe we'll have a couple of rocks here and there to make it look a little bit more dynamic, we'll say. And then the one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to have like an unconscious or dead guard somewhere in the back over here, because I want the concept to be that, you know, either someone was making bets that they shouldn't have made, or he stumbled upon something illicit and got knocked out. Something along those lines. And then we'll just have to figure out what our next point of interest is. But this is definitely unlike what I usually see when I'm looking at battle maps. I thought that this would be a fun one to do. We also have the little start signs over here hanging from the poles, and yeah, so coming together. This is actually like 5 or 6 maps from now, but I definitely wanted to show off some of our custom assets. Let's head over to the farm. I want to make sure that we're taking care of this stuff the way that we should. The farm is the map that we had planned after the which one did we just do? The Savannah. So I've got these things that are kind of identifying. Down here there's going to be a river and a watermill. Up here there's going to be a windmill. Not on this map, but off this map. We're going to extend in certain directions. One of the things that I'm noticing now is the grass area, the texture scale is off. So let's mess with that real quick. Is it off? No, I guess it's not. Right? It looks pretty okay to me. Yeah. I guess they're bigger chunks than I'm used to. Alright, so the next thing that we have to do is go down to our farm, set, and we have to get these different kinds of tilled lands. So we've got a couple different things to choose from. We'll probably use a variation of these. So this area over here is probably the one that maybe we could have this be like a wheat field. So we've got wheat crops land. Let's do, again, we have to kind of move the texture scale down to 30. And let's do a regular brush, but we're going to bring it down to 30 or so. And I'm going to rotate it a little bit. I don't want it straight up and down. Something like that. I think I need to be on the background layer. Basically, we're just going to keep doing this throughout this little area. And then I'll make adjustments as needed. But we're going to have, each of these farmers is going to have different kinds of crops. Let's do this instead. Now that we have kind of a good idea of like the angle of things, let's do something like that. Alright, so way too squared off, but that's okay to start. So let's do a couple of these. Oop, not quite what I was trying to do. A little bit of that. And that way it doesn't look so super squared off. Something, oop, went a little too high over there. And let us see, I'll do a little bit over here too. Nope. Rat. Think. Alright, we're getting to that 10-minute mark. So after I'm done with this little piece, let's do our commercial. So we're going to go to a 60-second ad, and when we come back, we'll do, we'll do our sponsor, and then we'll do our QQ preview, because tomorrow's the big game. All right. I know not everybody is going to get their stuff at the same time. Let's see if we can't get some tilled land in here, too, that's not the same as the... Oop. I know that I need to make that a 30 as well. And we'll make sure that the rotation for that is 9, so it's in the same general direction. Shrink down the brush, though. Why do you not want to do this for me? Maybe even a little less. Let's see. I think this is good. It's kind of a nice mixture of things. I feel like that was a little too on the nose. So as I mentioned, what we'll do is we'll have some other crops in the other sections. Maybe what I should have done was actually start off with the tilled land and then use this stuff over top of it. That might make it blend a little better. So even though we're doing, you know, like lettuce crops and stuff like that in the next one over, maybe we'll start with this. This is my first time doing any kind of farmland, so I think that it'll be some good practice. We'll definitely be doing some more stuff in the farmland area. Alright, I want to say that it's probably been a minute, so let's head over to our sponsor page real quick. And now, a word from our sponsors. Stitching threads of darkness and light into one great story, Liam Lombard makes a beautiful tapestry of his tale, The Calling, the first book in the Faram's Mysteries series. A wonderful debut, this book presents well on all fronts, whether you're looking for great frenetic action sequences or cooler, introspective moments with rich detail and attractive prose. It all takes place in a captivating land which is falling to rot and ruin, making for an interesting backdrop that's unlike what many have experienced. Held up by a pair of catching characters, there is a lot to appreciate in Lombard's first release. If that has caught your attention, be sure to check out our upcoming promotion for Liam Lombard's book, The Calling, at Tellest.com. It's been a while since I ran one of those. Alright, let's go to our QQ preview because we do have a game tomorrow and we want to make sure that people are aware of what kind of stuff is going on. Now that our Twitch channel has reached affiliate status, we can start to do some really cool things. One of them is inviting you to play our tabletop dungeon diving game, Quantum Quest. Using our channel points, called Quest Coins, you can queue up for one of our forthcoming Tabletop Thursday games. In addition, as we amass more followers, we'll continue to add new ways for you to use your Quest Coins. Join us and see if you can escape the living dungeon. So we should be all wrapped up for promo preview number 1 and everything. I'm very happy with the way the wheat crops have turned out. It's definitely, you know what? Let's do a little bit of some grass over here. Kind of make it look like, I don't know why my shift click is not making my texture any bigger. It's a little strange. Might have been some kind of change to the way this is all presented. Yeah, I want to make it look like over here, maybe a little bit of grass is taken over. Okay. Alright, and then as we said, what we're going to do is over here, we'll use the tilled land again, but we're going to keep it straight up and down. So let's do no rotation, and let's dial back the opacity just a smidge. We'll do the square type. I'm going to bring it off of the map on purpose so that I can kind of make sure that as we're doing sequel maps and things like that, that we have something that we can do here. Okay, we've got a little bit of that. Let's keep going through with the brush. I don't want it to look super even, but that is like a nice way to kind of start things off. So we got wheat in the bottom right, because I feel like that's going to be the stuff that's stolen the least. And then let's see what other stuff we have. We have fallow land, we have carrot crops, some dry crops, which I'm not sure what they are. Let's check that out real quick. I'm guessing that might be wheat as well, or like some kind of like buckwheat or something like that. Let's stay away from that for a second. Let's go and do our carrots. We got carrots, we got wheat. fresh crops. The fresh crops might be fun to do if they were the right size. Yeah, that could be something fun. So let's do that. We'll keep it to the 89. It's all lined up real nice. Ah, there we go. Now it's playing nice. So I'll try and keep it like halfway into this tile here. And definitely when we have the carrots, you know that we're going to put a bunny up there. Alright, we're at 166. Let's do a save real quick. I'll take a swig of water. It's 81 degrees up here right now, which isn't terrible, but I saved nice and fast. Very happy with that. You know what it is? With the exception of the stone wall and the picket fences, I don't have any stamps yet. So that turned out nice. Let's do some dirt. Let's see if I can't find some darker dirt that we can use. I don't want to use hay. I want to use some darker dirt. Having to remember, I don't know if you can default the texture scale. I have to see if there's a possibility of doing that. So we're blending this in. Definitely looks like you have to kind of water this to some extent. Let's do some of that here and there. Let's not make it 100% even. We'll kind of use the fence as our guide. So if things kind of come up, that'll be our way of saying, all right, that's how we're doing that. I think one of the things that I have to do in this room for sure is keep the door shut prior to this, because I am cooling down the entire top half of this house. And that's not necessarily what I want to do. Let's do a little bit of that over here as well. But let's dial back the opacity even more. Again, it's all about blending. I want to try and make sure that things look nice without overpowering any of the layers or anything like that. So we have our QQ Live tomorrow, and I'm putting together the quote-unquote celebrity players for the next session after that. So that should be a lot of fun. We're definitely trying to kind of like shore up our group and make sure that Team Tellest does a bigger kind of thing. I want to try and make sure that, you know, we have a lot of people who have supported Tellest over the years, and a lot of them have some kind of like creative thing that they're doing, some kind of project, and I want to give them a chance to do some fun stuff. I feel like there's like a little bit of a green line where I meshed the two of these together, and it's the reason that I'm doing this real quick, is just to kind of smooth that out a little bit. There we go. Okay, and let's do this over here now. So we've got, I think this is just our regular crops, or our regular tilled land, and that's perfectly fine. Let's go like a 6. Well, I'll tell you what, I kind of need to know the shape first. Now we'll grab this. Don't need to snap that to the grid. But I do kind of need to bring it down a little smidge. Something like that's good. Okay, and this one, we'll keep this one all the way. And there it goes again. It's very strange why it's doing that. Well, it is what it is. Okay, let's try and do a little bit of this. We'll blend it in anyway, so it's perfectly okay if it's not 100% even. So we're going to make this our carrot crops. And I'm going to save, I feel like the big cabbages and stuff over here, they would want to protect them a little bit more. So let's do over here. More farm stuff. We've got our carrot crops over here. Almost forgot. And we want to make sure that rotation is 6. Oop. Yeah, still acting up. Don't know why. Like, I was so excited about the brush, like the lines and the shapes and stuff like that. But I'd never done like the farm stuff before, and the farm stuff is really tight. Like, there's a lot of cleanliness to the way that this is all put together, and I feel like I'm missing out for never having done a farm. The farm stuff's been here since Matt did like his 3rd or 4th map with Incarnate, so like that just goes to show you there's been a lot here. It's been here for a while. I just thought, I don't think that there is a windmill. Let's do a save. We're at 73. Do a stretch. No one even has to pay me for it. Excuse me. Alright, let's see. Like I said, I don't think that there is a windmill. Oh, in which case, I know what I'm going to have to, well, I guess you could do this, like, on a building. It's not quite what I want, but again, we're not doing anything now anyway, but yeah, I'll have to see. Actually, real quick, I'm just doing testing. Let's do composite. Farmstead roof composites. Right? Something like that, and then throw this a little bit underneath it. It's not terrible, actually. I think that could do what we need it to do. Again, not on this map, but just doing some testing. You know, it doesn't make sense, though. Technically, you're not going to do milling with the crops that I'm going to use up there. So let's change this. We're going to make this the northwest, and this is going to be the river. So we'll do a watermill, because my guess, and I could be very wrong, the crops that I'm going to put up there are probably a little bit hardier, or they probably require a little bit more water. So let's throw that up there. We've got a little bit of an up and down there. I feel like they're turning a lot in that direction. Let's do an up and down again. let's do it like right about there. And that way it's not 100% even. Okay, and let's go back in here. So I think they have like some kind of cabbage crops or something like that, so that's what we're going to put in here. Alright, so we got 30 and 0. Let's come in here, and we've got the lettuce. Cabbage they do not have, but lettuce they do. So we got the cabbages. So drop that down to 30. Now here's the thing. I feel like for this, you have to be so much more deliberate with where you're landing things, because you're not going to have like a partial head of lettuce. So I think what we'll do is, once I'm done with this, we'll go back through with the regular tilled and get rid of all the stuff that we don't need. You can tell this farmer's doing a lot better for himself. He's got the stone walls and everything. Okay, pretty darn good. Let's go back in and do this one. It's very hit or miss whether or not it wants to work. So anytime that we have like a half, we're going to either build it out or take it away. What are these guys all doing? Okay, now we got these ones down here. Let's do that one and that one. And whatever we need to do for that one. And we're going to get rid of all these other ones. Oop, I think we lost a little bit more than we needed to there. Yeah, I'm very happy with the with this stuff. I'm surprised, like I said, that we didn't do anything with the farm before. I like so much of Tellest. So much of Tellest was like based around like peasants and stuff like that. Like Chaos, aka Luca and Adelia, they went and lived on a farm. Like, it's very strange that I didn't embrace that a little bit more. A little bit more there. And I feel like I need to tighten that one up a little bit more. And 78 changes is a decent amount. Tell you what, we'll use this opportunity to drop over to our sponsor one more time. As I mentioned, I forgot about his sponsorship yesterday. So, and now, a word from our sponsors. Stitching threads of darkness and light into one great story, Liam Lombard makes a beautiful tapestry of his tale, The Calling, the first book in the Faram's Mysteries series. A wonderful debut, this book presents well on all fronts, whether you're looking for great frenetic action sequences or cooler, introspective moments with rich detail and attractive prose. It all takes place in a captivating land which is falling to rot and ruin, making for an interesting backdrop that's unlike what many have experienced. Held up by a pair of catching characters, there is a lot to appreciate in Lombard's first release. If that has caught your attention, be sure to check out our upcoming promotion for Liam Lombard's book, The Calling, at Tellest.com. Alright, so I got an important question for, I'm guessing it's going to be Rihanna, because I feel like you're the only one listening. How is that audio? Did that come through a lot clearer? was very clear. Now, is it clearer than my regular talking voice? Ooh, that's some good dirt. Everything was very even. That is great. So a lot of the times, like when I'm doing my my sponsorship stuff, I am using the Yeti, which is what's in front of me right now. But I started to do a little bit of like voice acting auditions and stuff like that. I'm going to resume the narration of some of the Tellest stories, and I think the microphone that I use for those, there's a little bit less like acoustic feedback because it's in a little booth, and I just think that I'm able to do a better job with it, I think. So that makes me happy that it's even, that it sounds clear. Alright, one thing that we did not do was we didn't use any of the dirt over there. I feel like carrot crops probably don't need as much. So let's do a little bit of dry dirt over here. We're going to try and kind of break into some of this so that it's not 100% even. The transition felt natural, Rihanna says, and that's good. All this dry dirt is making me thirsty. Take a look at what we've accomplished thus far. I like it. It's definitely like busy in a different way than we normally have it. So, for better or worse, that makes me happy with what we got. Let's see if we can't find a sign. We got these new signs. Let's do, give me 1 second. We're going to save this and we're going to go to our other crossroads that we have, which is the Savannah. So we're going back to the zone that we were just at yesterday, but we're specifically looking for how we made the sign. So I think there's probably just like one wood plank or something like that. Signpost. So it says village, but you would be hard pressed to understand that. So we're using a table and a wooden pole. So it's a shame that you can't like move stuff from one map to the other. Hopefully that is something that comes down the line. Table and son of a gun. One more time. Oh, just went up a degree. You jerk. Table and a wooden pole. Yep, I tried to see if I could just paste it in, and that was not the case. So let's go get our table. So we're going to grab this. We'll just get the core. And let's do a wooden pole. let's try and see if we can't do something that looks a little bit more... So we got that piece there. Let's try and change the color of this. Keep to the same color, but we mess with the brightness a little bit. Same thing over here. Scooch that down. Or 10 wasn't working, so we're going to go down to 8. Maybe bump that part up a smidge, and let's do black text. Try something like this. Let's call it... Let's call it the Riverlands. And can I... Go for something like that. Shrink this baby down. Might be able to see this a little bit better when it's in high def. Something makes me think you won't. So that says Riverlands, and we'll call this one the Far Hills. I know that wasn't a lot, but we're going to do one more save. Let's do one other stamp. What we'll do is we'll put a couple of bunnies in with the with a couple of these crops. $30 is a good size for some bunnies. And here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go back to our regular dirt for... I'm going to go to the advanced settings. So this is the, I think, dirt that we want. There we go. Pluck that one right out of the hole. I was going to say, what the heck is going on over there? Carrot. I'll call this one Bugs. And let's grab a couple other rabbits while we're over here. Just realized the one bad thing about this stuff is these bunnies. You can't really put them underneath the crops. So like the lettuce crops, can't really do anything with. me get a sip of water. I've been talking a lot. Let's see if we can't find a dog. I don't exactly want a sled dog. And I don't want a dead dog. Alright, so this is a wolf. But I don't think that most people are going to put 2 and 2 together. It looks like it could just be a shepherd dog. So let's, right now though it's 5 feet, so we're gonna make it look a little smaller. So this guy's patrolling this fence over here. Do they have a scarecrow? They do. Do. I feel like you don't usually see scarecrows and stuff like that. And this is wheat, so you know that there's going to be birds and stuff. So maybe we'll have a couple of scarecrows. And we'll do one more. Alrighty. That's taken us up to the end of our episode. Let's do one more save, and while we're saving, we'll go to the show closing screen. So folks, on the screen right now, you should see all the places that you can find Tellest out there on the internet. Tellest.com is a great first place to start because it'll bring you to a lot of the other projects that we work on. If you want to go directly to some of the places that we sell premium goods, patreon.com/Tellest is a great first stop because it will be the place that you can get these maps in digital form. We post things related to tabletop on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays we do art stuff from the World of Tellest. We didn't really do anything this week because we were recovering from a wedding over the weekend, and tomorrow is the holiday, so nothing crazy there, but next week we'll resume for the art stuff. If you want to get physical versions of our maps, you can find them at tellest.etsy.com. We have 52 of them up right now of our like 90 so maps. Including a couple variants because they looked really nice and we wanted to show those off. The other things that you can get on Etsy from our shop are posters, stickers, bookmarks, the books, the tabletop game, a lot of cool stuff. And on top of that, you can also find Rihanna's one-of-a-kind handcrafted magic wands. If you're listening to this now, there is a chance that you'll be able to get a wand a little bit cheaper this weekend. We're going to run a sale tomorrow. You can get those maps a little cheaper too, most likely. If you want to see Rihanna's Weird Witch wands in a different kind of setting, you can go look at tiktok.com/@weirdwitchwands. You'll see she puts together like a little vignette. I like how Rihanna's just saying, "You had chalky milk soup for dinner, so I love you." No offer. Just like, you had it, you're not allowed to have anything more. I would have said no, but you shamed me, woman. The other place that you can find some cool stuff on TikTok is at Tales of Tellest. We have a super famous doggy who just got to 4.3 million views on one of her videos. Go check it out. It is a laugh riot. And then the last two places that I'll bring your attention to, youtube.com/@worldoftellest will be a great place that you can find these videos and Tales of Tellest. Sorry, not Tales of Tellest. The Talking Tellests. After Twitch knocks them off the channel after like the requisite 3 weeks or whatever. But twitch.tv/thattellestguy is the place that you want to be if you want to talk to us live, if you want to see what we're doing, if you want to earn and spend channel points. It's just, Twitch is where you want to start if you can. We do our shows on 7 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday Eastern, and the Quantum Quest games every other Thursday at 8 p.m. And our next game is tomorrow, so definitely be sure to stop by tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to go quicker than last week or 2 weeks ago, because we have a lot of stuff that we did on the back end, and there's no getting new adventurers for this set. Little spoiler there. But anyway, I thank you for dropping by and watching. Thank you for helping me pass the time as I was building out these farms, and I miss you.